episode 18, I think. How am I doing? Sort of not where I want to be. Had a little more energy today. Like I did a walk and didn't feel lethargic. Wasn't exactly energetic, I'd say, but had more spring in my step. I did pull-ups and push-ups, but I only did 4 pull-ups and didn't feel good doing them. Like I felt stiff and weak. Push-ups I just did 20. I could have done more, but I just stopped because I wanted to quit before I got tired. I just did my rescue inhaler last night. I didn't do my Symbicort at all yesterday. And then I went for my walk and did the push-ups, and I was breathing really heavy and I couldn't breathe very good. And instead of doing my inhaler, I just waited, and for a few hours I just kept hacking stuff up out. So I think doing stuff like that, like maybe I needed to run, do some sprints or something to get the stuff out. Eventually I did it because I couldn't breathe, but I got a lot of stuff out. So I think working it up like that without the medicine is what's going to bring it out. What else? I think the eating more is good. I think I might be eating too much salt. I'm going to cut back on the salt I put on my meat. I think I had way too much last night, and I got diarrhea from it. Because I've been using this coarse, the coarse sea salt. And I don't know the brand, but I got this brand because they were on sale 2 for 1. And basically, you got to just use the open thing to sprinkle it because they just have little holes for the, I don't know what you call it, but where it's not just pouring it. And it's basically, the holes aren't even big enough for the stuff to come out. So you can't use that. So it's a stupid design. So you got to try to do it out of this little hole, just pour it, and I'm not doing very good. So I need to put way less on. I think I got too much salt. What else? I'm still listening to the book, A Big Fat Surprise. It's really good. It's long, a lot of information. But it's crazy how many things they did that just were wrong, and it's insane. It is a big fat. I mean, I knew the whole Ansel Keys thing and stuff, but the how much of it, basically, he had his hypothesis and just went with it, because it seems like there's cholesterol in the veins, so it has to be cholesterol that's doing it. That's basically the whole thing. And then they never, ever were able to prove anything. They never, all the tests they did were inconclusive or didn't show, or even showed worse. But the whole, it was backed by the American Heart Association, and then the government got into it, and it's gospel now. And it was never scientifically ever proven. In fact, there was lots of things that were against it, and they just smothered those. They were talking about the whole thing about even with the children, saying kids over 2 should have no low-fat stuff. That's why everybody feeds their kids, heart-healthy cereals and low-fat milk and no saturated fat. Because they recommended that too, because they figured if it's good enough for, men, which they never proved it was, it should be good for children too, but they never even did studies or proved any of it. So it's ridiculous. The whole country's sick and dying and all these diseases, who knows, everything. How much does it cost from that shit? And they're still doing it. And they never fucking proved that it worked to begin with. It's crazy. What did I remember? Oh, the book, it's Big Fat Surprise, and it's by Nina Teicholz. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I definitely recommend it. And there was it was from the Lancet, it's an English paper. There was a quote about the whole cholesterol thing with Ansel Keys. They said, the cure should not be worse than the disease. And the whole thing came about because they were trying to, deal with coronary heart disease. That was the big epidemic. That's why this whole shitty fat came about. And first of all, it wasn't a cure. Never proved it was, and it hasn't cured anything. Obviously, there's still heart disease like crazy. And it's made everything worse. So the cure definitely was worse than the disease, and they're still doing it. Diabetes, Alzheimer's, obesity, dementia, arthritis, all of it. And it's, because of the way they told us to eat, and people are still doing it. Doctors are still recommending it. It's crazy. And I'm listening to a new podcast, Peak Human. It's called Peak Human. It's pretty good. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's about the carnivore, but it's a guy. He's making a movie, I guess, called Food Lies or something, and it's kind of to combat the like propaganda against eating meat and stuff. So that's cool. And but the list of people that he's interviewing are great on that podcast. So I check that out. Peak Human. What else? I had pork chops last night. These big cowboy ones. They were pretty damn good, and I had a hamburger with that too, and then I had 3 hamburger patties today. And then tonight I'm just gonna have, all I have left is pork chops, but I don't want to do that again tonight, so I'm just gonna have hamburger tonight. Hamburger tastes definitely better when I do it on the grill instead of in the pan. Although the pork chops are great in the pan. What else? That's it for now. Still not feeling that great. Like I forgot I didn't talk about the I said I was going to quit out coffee. Well, yesterday I didn't have anything. The day before I didn't have coffee, but I did have an unsweetened iced tea to help. So yesterday I didn't have any, and I had a little bit of headache. And today I'm kind of getting a little one too. But like nowhere near as bad as when you cut out like sugar or wheat. Like those headaches are terrible. This is just kind of like it's there, but it's not really bothering me that bad. But I'm not feeling, wonderful or anything. So things are going okay. Still looking to get my energy back to where it was. I don't feel strong and like pain-free like I was at the beginning. Not that anything's hurting bad, but it's not feeling good in the breathing. Hopefully eventually that goes away and I can get rid of that. I think that'll make everything better.